We're back at Third Drive International. Welcome to our second show. And in this segment, we're going to talk a little about how to find a business that's perfect for you. Good idea? Really good idea. Many people spend most of their life figuring out what they're good at. And then sometimes it's too late to actually do anything about it. So I think it makes some sense for us to know ourselves before we pick a business. And so one of the things you want to look at, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do your family and friends say your strengths and weaknesses are? I myself would be a terrible accountant. I'm good at engineering. I'm good at design. I'm good at systems, but I'm horrible at sitting at a desk and working numbers. So I would not want to build that kind of business. The second thing you want to know is you want to know your market. You want to understand what's the space that I want to play in. So what I encourage my clients to do is basically, when you're beginning this sort of whiteboard exercise, is look at what you really care about. Where do you spend your time today? What are you interested in? Are you into the stars? Are you into pets? Are you into building things? Understand kind of where you already spend your time and pick a space that you want to play in. The next thing to do is actually look at what are the most important unsatisfied needs in that marketplace. Where's the pain point? What is the problem I want to solve? What's the target for my solutions that I want to build? Okay? So for example, we have a client that cared about the environment and cared about wasting fuel. He built a very advanced decision support system to help building owners make choices around the complexity of options, from LEDs to lighting to HVAC control and sensors, to reduce, and his value proposition is he's reduced energy consumption by like 50% in the building. But it took him a long time to build that solution, and so it better be something you care about. So, two things: know yourself and know your market. I'd like to welcome to the stage Christian Ray, where we're going to have a little conversation around the importance of knowing yourself and knowing your market. Welcome back. And this is Christian Ray back in the house.
What's up?
All right, so we've just gotten done talking a little bit about kind of prospecting a business for you, right? You started a business.
I did. Several businesses, actually.
So talk about sort of how you went about it.
Well, I think it's just like you said, you have to know yourself. And it's interesting because it's very subjective in the beginning, and it's more of an intuition. I have a passion to do X. I have a strong feeling about it, but it needs to be confirmed by your surroundings, people that you trust, and ultimately by the market, right? So when I started off my career, I was in Russia at the time. It took off very quickly because precisely the timing and the gap was there, and I just filled the gap, and it became a very...
So give some of the detail.
I was in my early 20s, and probably the demographic was, late teens to early 30s.
Okay.
And then that music wasn't served well. It was this time in the history of the country where I just knew how to do something better than everybody else, and I had a strong feeling about it. So that got confirmed by the market very quickly. Yeah.
President of the country basically asked you to...
Yeah, so this was in the mid-'90s. And we had by that time, we had achieved success very quickly, and we had a hit song called Our Generation. And in 1996, in Russia, Boris Yeltsin was trying to defeat the communists that were trying to come back into power. And at the time, so the Boris Yeltsin's team approached us to use our song as the anthem to bring the youth vote. So
you can become a rock star too.
Yeah, it helped actually shape the history of a country to be in the right place at the right time, and that's the whole thing. Is you have an intuition and a feeling and a passion, and then that needs to be validated by the market. And for us, it evolved from there to producing things, to producing content, to producing video that got awards and programs in several areas: non-for-profit world, education, and ultimately business.
That's a great story. Well, that's a great example of what we're talking about, and so I thank you for sharing that. Till next time.